Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. I think I've worn this shirt in the last 3 videos, but I promise it does get washed and I don't wear it every day. Trump recently stated that he is planning on imposing tariffs on Taiwan. And while the exact amount, the rate of those tariffs hasn't been announced yet, they haven't actually been in place yet, and we're not sure exactly yet what is going to be tariffed. I want to talk about in this video why I think that is going to be kind of scary for the American economy and what consumer goods you might expect to raise in price. Not an economist. I don't know everything about the situation, but just from my perspective, I do work at TSMC in Arizona right now. Thought I could give a little bit more information from a perspective not seen as much online. And since this is relevant to my channel being related to Taiwan, I thought this might be a good space to put it up. Before I talk about this, I do want to mention my own stance and my background, why I think I have some perspective on this. Like I've said before on this channel, I work at the fab in Arizona, Fab 21. I'm a translator and interpreter there. I lived in Taiwan for about 5 years, so I know how important chip manufacturing and semiconductor manufacturing is to the Taiwanese economy. Just from what I've seen on site, I can tell it must be very important to the US as well. Anyways, if you don't know, Taiwan is the home to NVIDIA and TSMC. Those are two of the leading tech companies in the world. TSMC stands for Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, and that is because they develop semiconductors and computer chips. NVIDIA is the leading producer of GPUs, graphics cards, and graphics cards are an important tool for the AI race, which US has been losing to China right now. But anyways, if you don't know how big TSMC is, I believe they currently produce 100% of all of the Apple silicon chips. So if you have an iPhone, if you have a MacBook, if you have anything Apple related that has a computer chip in it, it likely has some ties to TSMC. Now, TSMC recently started a construction project in Arizona. That's actually where I work. I believe they intend on having 6 actual buildings, 6 factories at the site, and they're kind of wrapping up on the construction for the first one right now. They were kind of behind schedule. I think now they're getting back up to schedule. But from what I've seen on site and just from what I hear, the second factory on site has already started construction, but there have been no tools put inside yet. And I don't think that will really happen until maybe next year, as they're still working on putting together the building. Anyways, the point of me saying that is that I don't think the United States is anywhere near ready to start producing its own semiconductors or its own chips. The main producer besides TSMC in the United States is Intel, but like I said, as of now, all of the Apple chips are produced by TSMC. Now, they do have other fabs around the world, not just in Taiwan. I believe they have one in Japan, and I think they're going to start one in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. But as of now, I think most of those are produced in Taiwan. So any tariffs imposed on Taiwan will lead to a massive spike in prices for almost anything with a computer chip in it. Now, after talking about that, I kind of want to mention some biases that I have. I am not 100% pro Taiwan. I love Taiwan. Taiwan also has its faults. I'm not 100% anti-China as well. China has its faults. One thing I wanted to mention was Hassan, one of my favorite streamers. I agree with a lot of the things he has to say, but he posted recently what I think is a screenshot from the new Chinese AI model. I think it's called DeepSeek. He asked the model, what does Hassan Piker think of China? I'm gonna post that screenshot here. I think I agree with almost everything here except for point number 4. So if you wanna read about the other points, go for it, but I wanna talk about point number 4 right here. If you're Taiwanese and you have an opinion on this, I'd love to hear it down below. But from my perspective, after living in Taiwan for 5 years, I've also been to China twice. I think although these two places at one point were unified, had a shared culture, and most of the families in Taiwan now originally came from mainland China. After so many years apart and so many threats towards one another, I think they've gone too far apart culturally, and I don't see a peaceful path to unifying the two. Just culturally speaking, even online, these two countries don't really have a tight connection. There was also a point during the late 20th century where Taiwanese people and Chinese people could not go back and forth. Families were cut off, and with that much time apart from each other, I just think they're too different. There's no way they're gonna reunify in a peaceful way. That's my political Taiwan, China, US talk today. If you wanna see more of this content, let me know. I am very interested in Taiwanese politics, even though I don't know everything there is to know. If you want to share your opinions, especially if you're a Taiwanese person, I wanna hear what you have to say down below about the relationship between China, Taiwan, and the US. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Peace.